When you have kids, everything changes. Not slowly, not gently, but all at once. One day you wake up and your life is no longer just yours. There are people now, small, fragile, innocent, looking at you like you are their entire world. And in that moment, something shifts inside you. Your priorities change. Your mindset changes. Your purpose changes. You stop asking, "What do I want?" and start asking, "What do they need?" Because suddenly, your decisions are no longer just about you. They carry weight. They carry consequences. They shape someone else's future. And that realization is heavy. Heavier than anything you've ever felt before. Because now, failure is not just your failure. It becomes their struggle, their pain, their limitation. And that thought alone is enough to keep you awake at night, thinking, planning, worrying, trying to figure out how to build a life strong enough to protect them. Because when you have kids, you don't get the luxury to be weak. You don't get the luxury to quit. You don't get the luxury to fail. No one really prepares you for this. They tell you to be strong, to work harder, to provide, but they never tell you how heavy it actually feels. The pressure is constant. It doesn't turn off. It doesn't take a break. Even when you smile, it's still there in the back of your mind. Bills, responsibilities, expectations. They follow you everywhere. During the day, you keep moving. You stay busy. You stay focused. But at night, when everything gets quiet, that's when it hits the hardest. You sit there, thinking about everything. How do I make more? How do I do better? How do I not fall behind? And sometimes, you don't have the answers. Sometimes, you feel stuck. Like no matter how hard you try, it's never enough. But you don't say it out loud because you can't. You don't want to worry them. You don't want to look weak. So you carry it. Silently. You carry the stress. You carry the fear. You carry the doubt. And you keep going. Not because it's easy, but because you have no choice. Because people are depending on you. And quitting is simply not an option. At some point, you stop waiting for life to get easier, because it doesn't. You stop expecting things to fall into place, because they won't. And that's when something inside you changes. Quietly, slowly, but permanently. You stop chasing comfort. You stop chasing approval. You stop trying to prove yourself to the world. Because now, you have something bigger to prove to yourself, to your family. You start becoming more disciplined. You wake up earlier. You think more clearly. You waste less time. Not because you suddenly became motivated, but because you understand the cost of staying the same. And that cost is too high. You realize every bad habit steals from your future. Every wasted day moves you further away from the life your children deserve. So you change, not dramatically, but consistently. You become more focused, more patient, more resilient. You learn how to control your emotions, because reacting won't fix anything. You learn how to stay calm under pressure, because panic doesn't solve problems. You learn how to keep moving, even when you feel like stopping, because stopping comes with consequences. And those consequences are not just yours anymore. You begin to understand something powerful. Life is not about feeling good all the time. It's about doing what must be done, even when you don't feel like it. And that realization is what separates boys from men. There are days when everything feels too heavy. Days when your body is tired, but your mind won't stop. You think about the bills, the future, the pressure that never leaves. And for a moment, you just want to escape, to pause, to breathe, to stop carrying everything. But then reality hits you. You remember why you started. You remember who you're doing this for. Those small faces looking at you with trust, believing that you will figure it out, believing that you will protect them. And suddenly, giving up is no longer an option. Not because you're fearless, but because you're responsible. You realize something most people never understand. Strength is not about feeling powerful. It's about continuing, even when you feel completely broken inside. It's about showing up, even when you have nothing left. It's about standing tall, even when life keeps pushing you down. Because in the end, it's not your comfort that defines you. It's not your excuses that define you. It's your actions on the days you feel like quitting. That's what builds a man. That's what builds a father. That's what builds a legacy. So you don't stop. You don't slow down. You don't give up. You carry the weight. You face the pressure, and you keep moving forward, one step at a time. No matter how hard it gets, at the end of the day, no one will truly understand your struggle. They won't see the sleepless nights. They won't feel the pressure you carry. They won't hear the silent battles in your mind. But that's okay, because this journey was never meant to be easy. It was meant to shape you, to test you, to build you into someone stronger, someone better, someone unbreakable. One day, your children will grow up. They will look back at your life, not at your failures, not at your mistakes, but at your effort, your sacrifice, your refusal to give up. They will remember that you showed up every single day, even when it was hard, even when it hurt, even when you had every reason to quit. And in their eyes, you won, not because you were perfect, but because you never stopped trying. So if you're struggling right now, if you feel tired, lost, or overwhelmed, don't give up. Not today, not tomorrow, not ever. Because someone is watching you, someone is learning from you, and someone believes you will make it. So stand up, take a breath, and keep going, one step at a time, until one day you look back and realize you became the man you once needed.